This last thing we're going to look at is team resilience. And that is because, listen, there's just no, right now, it's for all of us in this world, but for you all, I know there's a lot going on with layoffs and shrinking budgets and just things that are happening in the workplace that are causing a lot of strain on you. And you may be feeling a little bit depleted. It's worth it for you to get the resilience thing right for you so that you can then get the resilience thing right for others. So I like to think, resilience really is about making sure that we can bounce back from tough circumstances much more quickly. And I like to think of resilience like building resilience muscle. So let's just imagine this is a 30-pound weight, and I'm a beast, and I'm lifting. I'm a beast. Anybody ever lift weights? Anybody lift weights in here? Anybody ever think of lifting a weight or look at a weight in any way? Okay. So when we are lifting weights, what is happening when we lift weights? Tearing the tissue, right? And as we are doing it, we're like, oh, like this hurts, and we're sweating, and it hurts a lot. But afterward, the muscle starts to form after we've had the nutrition and the sleep and the water and all the things. And now we're in a sleeveless shirt, kind of looking cute, right? But before that, it was hurting like heck, wasn't it? It hurt to do it. And that is exactly what resilience is. We have to hit a wall. We got to overcome barriers. We got to have things be right in front of us to jump over, or there's no need to have resilience. Makes you think of it differently now, right? So now we should be seeking out opportunities that stretch and challenge us so much that we sweat like heck when we're doing it, and at the end we're like, oh yeah, I'm flaunting my resilience muscle. So what are some of the ways, just a couple tools you can use for this resilience place? Anybody here ever heard of reframing? Reframe. So all it is this, super simple. You take a rational thought that you have and you replace it with a rational thought. Now, all of us do this all the time. It is the intentionality behind the reframing that is the tool that you can use that you can then show others to use by leading them down the road. So, you have this irrational thought. And what I'm going to say to you is inside that thought, there's always going to be emotions going on. Allow your space for the emotions to take hold. You are humans, not robots. You are not AI, you're people. Allow yourself the space to have the emotions. And then you got to give yourself a cutoff. I call it the switch. What do I call it? And what you do is you flip the switch in your head that says that I don't want the irrational thoughts to be in my way because they don't serve me anymore. I'm flipping the switch that says I'm going to the rational side of things because that does just serve me in my journey. It gets me and my team to where I need to be. Some years ago, I was working at an organization, and I was in the middle of a layoff. I was one of 200 people laid off. At the time, I was a breadwinner of a family of 6, and it hurt, just like that building of the muscle. And I took a month to ponder it, but when I left there, I was feeling like, is my world going to crumble? Am I going to be able to let my kids stay in the same school? Would I be able to get another job? Would I be able to pay my mortgage? And I did that for a while. Fear, anxiety. And then I said, wait a second, because I got sick of myself. Anybody here ever get sick of yourself? I'm sick of myself, got sick of myself. And I said, I'm flipping the switch. And I said to myself, I learned so much there. I met my best friend there. I got a severance that allowed me to, by the way, be standing on this stage in front of you to create a business of speaking and writing and doing it around the world. Thank you. Thank you. The point of that is, I'm here, aren't I? So I made a choice to kind of step over the threshold of the things that didn't serve me to the things that do, to the thoughts that serve me, that allowed my behaviors to flow from the thinking I had before. I flipped the switch to make it better. And how can you do that and do that for your teams as well? One other tool, focusing on a mission that is bigger than yourself. Like a bullseye. out in the distance. What is your mission? Think for yourself, is my mission what it used to be? Do I need to reshape my mission again? Because if my mission isn't so big that all the other things that are around me that are the issues kind of go all away and get gray, like the team's background, everything gets all foul, foggy. If it doesn't do that for me, I need to find a new, exciting mission. I was working with someone, actually interviewed somebody that had gone through a crazy thing. He wrote a book. I read the book. I was like, and he was in an abusive relationship with he and his spouse, and they had 5 children. And one day he gets a call at work, and his wife had done something not great to one of the kids. And can you hear now? Yeah. Good, perfect. He leaves from his work, and he's just racing frantically home, going, like wondering what's happening. And he walks in, and his son had blood coming down his head. And she had thrown a mug at him. And this particular person I interviewed said, I had just let myself get completely unhealthy and my family get very unhealthy, and I had to get my kids out of that situation. I don't know how I got that far into it. And I'm sorry if this brings up anything for anybody in the room, if there was any abusive situations, but this story, I think it's one that needs to be told, because I asked him, how did he bypass, how did he get past that tough point in his life? And he said, I just focused forward. All I did was focus forward. And that's what I'm going to ask you to do, is to be focusing forward for your benefit and for the benefit of your team as you face all the change, all of the things that are happening, potential layoffs as I described. You will jump over it. You will flip the switch as I did and help them do the same thing. You will, because you're the leaders. I've thought about this. It drives me bonkers when people say, oh, well, I can't change the world. Like, let a billionaire do that. Let a politician do that. Like, I can't change the world. And I'm like, yeah, no, that's not true. Here's how. Because I think that the way you behave in your skin today towards one other human changes the world from one second to the next. Yep. And you all are change makers. You are the world changers. You have it in you to be such an amazing force of positive, caring energy for those who are looking to you for guidance every day, from the top to the bottom to the side, internal, external to the organization.